Just because you've never experienced it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Because we sit in this room as people who have been invited, or people who are going to participate, or people, some of us are also going to be speaking about the theme of decolonization. But we also have to understand that a lot of us in this room, including myself, carry a paradigm of colonization. How we think, how we perceive, and how we hear, even how we listen to how people speak, we filter it through the colonized mind. So we are not, as much, as fully African as we can be, but there is that tintedness of colonization. And what do I mean is because when I look at how extreme sometimes we can be, because we might carry people who have very extremist views about how we decolonize. And we might have people who want to sugarcoat it, and we might have people who want to be diplomatic, and we might have people who want to revolutionize the system, and we might have people who want to evolutionize the system. Sorry, I'm building my own vocab right now. I told you I'm not only speaking as my voice, but the voice of my ancestors, because some of those words that we try articulate in English, they really lose meaning, because in how we speak of them in our own language, they carry so much depth. And I was actually, on our way here, I was saying, so I wish we had a language in which we can express this without having to always have to explain ourselves. Because I sit here and I began a few minutes of my talk having to explain myself. What a shame in Africa that we can still do that. And I will say, for the sake of peace, for the sake of understanding and inclusivity. And I say I'll continue to say it until we don't need to say it. I say it for my children. I say it for my grandchildren, because if I don't create this legacy, who will? And that's why I'm here today. So I'm asking that as I speak to you, open your spiritual ears, because those can listen much better than the ears that are filtered with a lot of logical thinking, a lot of academic research, a lot of studies over the years. Because I'm already expecting questions of like, yeah, as I've studied or as I've tended to understand. And also just note that I don't know everything. My knowing is my knowing, and my worldview might be quite limited. So it's okay if you challenge it. I'm not here to convince or convert people into anything. I'm just here to share my own experiences and understanding of the themes that I've been asked to speak to. So that is what I am here to do. And if I create turbulence in you and I create discomfort and I have you wanting to work on your laptop, it means I'm saying something in you that needs to shift. I am planting the right kind of seeds. I like people when they get agitated, because I remember how I woke to African consciousness. I was agitated. When a Rastafarian brother asked me why I was black, I didn't understand what that question meant at the time. Because obviously I was black, because everybody in my family is black except my grandmother, who's mixed, who's a mixture of Indian, Khalaj, and God knows what else, I don't know. But I was obviously black because I look black. And he kept on asking me why, and to a point of my own agitation, because I used to believe I was the smartest. How come I couldn't answer this brother about my blackness? And he said something, and he said, it's because you carry melanin. I was like, what is that? I had no idea what melanin is, but through my own agitation, and he asked me where I was from church at the particular time. And he said, how come you praise and worship a God that doesn't look like you? Those were some serious provocations for a Christian who was dedicated all her life from the age of 12, who believed in this God and believed in this Messiah. How dare you do that to me? But thank God that he was sent to me, because I am here today speaking about my experiences. So that's what I mean, that if you're sitting in this room and I agitate you, maybe that's what you need. You've been too comfortable, right? So, as I said, I don't speak because I know it all, and I don't speak because I've got all the answers. I want to begin by who are we and who is, we use God very loosely. And sometimes it troubles me, because the minute I articulate God, pardon me, but I see this old white man sitting in the skies with a white beard and gray hair waiting to judge me when I die. That I need to live my life so righteous that I can actually have his favors and see heaven. So I use that word sometimes, but the word that resonates for me is the word called divinity. It's the word called energy. It's the word called beingness, because as Africans, that's what we believe Creator is. It's an energy. It's an energy force that exists in all living things, not only humans, but it exists in plants, it exists in the waters, in the mountains, it exists in animals, it exists in every living thing. We see divinity, we see creator in those things.